If you're in the medtech industry, you probably know the feeling. You're launching a new digital system, and it feels like a project with absolutely no end in sight. Well, today, I'm going to break down how starting with the right strategy, right from day one, can make all the difference in the world. See, you've really got two paths. On one side, there's the classic all-at-once trap. It's filled with delays, decision paralysis, and a totally burnt-out team. But on the other side, there's a much smarter, more agile way, the minimum viable product or MVP path. Our philosophy at Tandemite is to get the first version live quickly. We encourage clients not to lock themselves into projects that take 2 years to deliver, because a project stretched out that long risks losing touch with the market, missing business opportunities, and draining people's energy. It's better to move fast, then improve step by step and add new features along the way. So what is it about the medical supply industry that makes it such a minefield for these big digital projects? Well, the answer really lies in a unique and pretty intense set of high-stakes complexities. I mean, just think about it. We're talking about trying to manage thousands of different products, and every single one has its own strict regulatory compliance hoops to jump through. Then you add in multilingual documentation, precise tracking for batches and expiry dates, and all the customer-specific contract pricing. Trying to solve all of that at once, it's a perfect storm. Progress just grinds to a halt. The project's scope balloons completely out of control. This whole MVP approach helps you escape that trap by shifting your focus from doing everything to doing the most important things first. It's all about creating immediate, real value. First, you deliver value right away. I'm talking about getting features into users' hands in weeks, not in quarters. This leads to much clearer, evidence-based decisions. The risk is way smaller because you're starting with a limited scope. And maybe most importantly, your team stays stronger and more motivated because they're seeing constant progress. Now, this is super important to understand what an MVP truly is. It is not some version of the future system. A better way to think of it is like the first solid building block of a skyscraper. It's a foundation that is stable, it's complete, and it is absolutely strong enough to support everything you're going to build on top of it later. Okay, so let's get practical. How does this actually get built in the real world? For our client, Zaris International Group, product information management and B2B e-commerce platforms were developed in successive waves, taking decisive action within months, releasing a foundational version, and then just refining it over and over. Non-negotiable components for PIM systems for the medical industry are core data model, approval workflows, validation rules, mapping and import-export processes. We're talking identifiers like UDI, that's the unique device identification, and GTIN codes for global trade, plus things like classifications, sterility status, and all the different packaging layers. A product has to move from draft to review. Then it has to pass a legal and regulatory check before it can ever be marked ready for sale. The system makes sure there are absolutely no shortcuts. And this is so important. Features like audit trails, tracking who changed what and when, and validation rules. These are not just nice to haves. All right. So with that strong PIM foundation in place, the data is finally ready to be put to work. And that brings us to the next big piece of the puzzle, the B2B e-commerce platform. It's got to handle custom price lists and tailored product assortments. It needs to offer fast ordering and simple streamlined checkout process. It has to provide intuitive product search and customer accounts with a complete order and payment history. Just let business clients log in and place orders entirely on their own. After reaching this minimal, stable version, we were expanding capabilities. The B2B platform merges data from PIM and ERP and presents it together seamlessly for whoever is logged in. So to make this happen, you need a really clear separation of who owns what data. The PIM system, the one we just talked about, is a single source of truth for all of your product content. So that's descriptions, images, technical documents. Meanwhile, your enterprise resource planning, your ERP system, it owns all the business data. This is things like customer-specific pricing, real-time inventory levels, and individual contract terms. So what's the ultimate outcome of adopting this whole MVP strategy? It's about fundamentally changing your approach. You're trading a vague long-term plan for real, tangible, short-term results that build towards a scalable and secure future. And that really leaves us with just one final thought, a question that kind of challenges the status quo. Are you ready to trade a 2-year plan for results in a few months? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.